Hey guys, let us start our discussion on career options for civil engineers. So I will start by introducing me, then after we will see private sector job, government sector job, entrepreneurship opportunity in civil engineering, higher education and future trends. This video is meant for everyone from high school student to doctorate student. Whenever you require any guidance, you can directly contact me or watch this video. So this is about me. My name is Harsh Mahajan, currently pursuing my PhD from IIT Bombay in structural engineering. My PhD work is related to structural health monitoring and non-destructive testing. I have 1 year experience as an assistant professor in engineering college, and currently I am working as a teaching assistant in civil department at IIT Bombay. Apart from this, I got selected for ERA Construction, Infosys, and a junior engineer job in a central government sector. So let us start with the private sector job. Private sector, we can divide it into two parts, core and non-core. Core means which is directly related to the civil jobs. Here we have three parties, project management company, consultancy and other. Then in non-core also there is IT sector, there is companies which are managing something, management company you can say directly, and then others. So right now in India, what we see that there is a relation between owner and contractor. Owner directly give the project to the contractor, contractor completed it and give it back to the owner. Secondly, one major entity comes into the play, which is project management, which take care of from procurement to the maintenance work. In this also there is a relation between owner, contractor and project management company. You can work for all these three persons, owner, contractor and project management. So right now how any project is carried out is very important to understand. So we will start with the project manager, which is assisted by some office assistant. Apart from this, there are some project engineers, estimators, schedulers, office managers, and you will find your job here at the lowest level as in superintendent or site supervisor. Private sector job. Initial position supervisor or engineer training. A basic education level required will be engineering degree or diploma. Skill required will be subject knowledge and AutoCAD knowledge. Salary will be from 10,000 to 30,000 per month. There is a limitation that your working hour will be very high. Working condition will be very variable and location of job will be remote. Benefits is early bird gets the worm. What happen if you join the construction line in early years? Your experience will count and in near future you can become project in charge or manager. Management training or project in charge. Or this level position you can get just after BE as well as after BE plus Masters in Construction Management, either MBA or MSc or MTech in Construction Management. Now, what are the skills required here? You will require basic subject knowledge, then special knowledge of the project management, AutoCAD and project management software. Now, whatever the salary, its salary will be vary from 20,000 to 55,000 per month. Limitation will be like work hours, work pressure will be there. Okay, your site knowledge will be limited because you directly join to that position, and the education fees will be higher in case if you pursue MBA from in CPM. What are the benefits? You can get abroad job, handsome income. You can have a white collar job. You can directly sit on the desk. Then third will be designer training. This post you can get directly after BE or after BE plus MTech. So what here you will require subject knowledge, but it will be basic plus advanced. Knowledge of AutoCAD, State Pro, Retab or finite element software, whatever the software in your field, you have to learn it. And your thinking should be holistic because you have to take care of lots and lots of parameter in design. Your salary will be 25,000 to 45,000 rupees per month. Whatever the salary here I am talking, it is average for whole over India. One, and secondly, this salary amount is initial. It can be vary as depending on the company or the job location. Limitation for design training is mainly this job is very competitive because there are lots of MTechs passing out every year. And secondly, these jobs are concentrated in cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, or Bangalore, Pune. So what happens that your living will be expensive there. If you are getting very small amount, then you have to take care of your other expenses. Benefit, again, white collar job means office job. You can just sit and see and design the infrastructure there. Other core jobs. So what happened that every company required civil engineer for maintenance or basic supervision of their project going on. Here they will require only BE or diploma. Basic knowledge is required AutoCAD. An idea of maintenance work is must. Your salary will be from 10,000 to 30,000 per month again. Your work hour will be moderate, fixed job location will be there. Okay. But what happen that this kind of job may require 1 to 2 years of experience. Benefit is this job is permanent job, salary is good. It might be in some bank, it might be in some IT company or other companies where they will require a maintenance person. Some university also required. Almost every company required civil engineer for maintenance work. Then we will jump to the non-core job, system engineer or IT job. What happened that there is a question always in the mind of the engineers that if I am a civil engineer, how can I join IT job? This is very simple. What happened in IT job, you don't have to have good programming language knowledge. Rather, you should be have a good analytical and managerial skill because you are going for the projects. You will learn the coding. They will take 4 or 5 or 6 months of training and they will make sure that you learn the coding. But what they require is that your analytical skill should be good. Here salary started from 25,000 to 35,000 per month. What is the limitation? Moderate work pressure will be there. Okay. Coding requirement, basic coding you have to give. Rather, I will not say the coding, but the logic behind everything. The logic, the algorithm logic that you have to make. So here there is no action work. Like in the case of the core job, there is action work. There is always some challenges in the field. So here the challenges will be limited. I am not saying that okay there will be no pressure, there will be no challenge. There will be some pressure and challenge, but it is very less than as compared to the core job. This benefit is 9 to 5 cubicle job, handsome salary, good future prospect. You will be living in the cities, you are earning. An IT job you can switch the companies and your salary may increase. But there is one problem here that in the case of recession, if you are not up to the mark, then you will be expelled. Always remember one thing that all major IT companies have mechanical, civil or electrical engineer as their head. You just Google it. Whatever the CEO, you will see that they have done mechanical engineering or civil engineering or electrical. So they are from core only. Now sixth, management job. This is a like desk job or clerical job, office job you can say. Here you don't require good amount of profound knowledge about the basic subject. Just simple managerial approach, good presentation and communication skill will helpful for that. You can be like salesman, from salesman to manager, sales manager, you can be anybody. If you want to do, then you can do MBA in finance, HR or marketing. So this job will start from 10,000 to 35,000 per month. Here limitation is like they may give the preference to the MBA. How competition is high because everybody from other branches, from other education background, they will come. And salary is low because supply is good, demand is less. That's why salary will not be that much amount. But obviously, if you are not very good in the civil engineering subjects and don't want to pursue civil engineering branch, want a desk job, so you can pursue this job very easily. You have to just search it, find it, and just do that job. So how to get private sector job? So the question arises that how a fresher can get a job. So just understand what is the problem with the fresher. Fresher don't know anything about a site. That is the main problem. But this problem is with everyone. Whatever experience level you have, every project have very new challenges and every project required good amount of innovative skills. So focus on skill rather than on questioning how to get the job. Develop your skill about communication, develop your skill about AutoCAD, basic subject knowledge, material testing. If you want to do site supervision, then you should be good in material testing, surveying, basic civil engineering. Not advanced level is not required, but basic knowledge should be clear out. Then you apply it and do the job. Consistency is the key here. You have to consistently develop your skill during job or before job. Apply again and again, switch the companies. Once you get into the construction line, your experience will be increased day by day and it will be fruitful. You may have to start with 8,000, 10,000 in a job location which is not nearby to your city. But trust me, after 1 year, 2 year, you can apply for many more jobs in many other companies in foreign also. So this will going to help you in near future. So I am now jumping from private to government sector job. In government sector, first we will see the core job, assistant engineer, junior engineer and other. So assistant engineer, there are two examination, one at the central level known as engineering service examination conducted by Union Public Service Commission. Then there will be a state assistant engineer examination in your state. You can see junior engineer level. So SSC conduct junior engineer every year, and state also conducts some kind of examination for junior engineer as well as for sub engineer or level 1, 2, 3, whatever the categorization in your state. In other, we will see like public sector undertaking and other government examinations. So how to prepare for government sector job? First of all, check the syllabus. Take a look on old question paper and start early. If you are able to understand the concept, then solve the problems, do it again and again. If not, then join coaching. Public sector companies and other government organizations now requires GATE scores, and GATE is compulsory even for the private job. GATE is very good and desirable qualification. If you are GATE qualified, you stand better as compared to other. So practice makes everyone perfect, but if you are practicing wrong thing, then result will be wrong only. Clear your basic and focus on the old question paper. Solve it. What happened in UPSC, if you see, there are three examinations in which civil engineering papers come. First is engineering service examination, then the civil service examination, and last Indian forest examination. Every paper has at least 24 or 25 different questions. If you take 10-year question paper of all these three, at all the questions from conventional, you will have a very good amount of questions to be solved. Secondly, you can focus on the objective paper of engineering service examination from last 10 years. Add it with the GATE and other public sector companies examination if you have some paper. Just imagine if you add all these, is it required to have good any other thing? No. Because your question bank will be very much bigger, and that question bank will definitely going to help you in the actual examination. If and only if your basic concept and understanding with the subject is clear. If not, I will suggest you to join coaching. If it is yours or you can do, then definitely go for solving the problem. That's it. Now, what are the actual papers or what is the scheme of the examination? We will see. UPSC Engineering Service Examination basic education level required is B. Paper prelims and mains. In paper 1 there will be general studies and engineering aptitude, and then civil engineering paper 200 plus 300 marks. Mains civil 1 and 2, this is the conventional paper, and then interview. It is highly recommended job for a civil engineering, a dream job for civil engineer. Good salary, government allowances are there, posting anywhere in India. Competition 2 to 3 lakh A student appears and approximately 200 to 250 posts are there. Level is moderate to difficult. I would say rather lengthy, not difficult, rather lengthy. Now, state assistant engineer examination or JEE examination. Depending on your state, more or less similar pattern is there. There will be one prelims with GS and state language. Then there will be one paper objective civil paper, and there will be a main which may be conventional or objective. An interview may be conducted or may not be conducted. You have to see whatever your state examination or state board notification shows about it. Now, getting job in your own state, and if you are lucky, then you will get nearby your home city. Good salary again, and other allowances of government job. Less competitive as compared to engineering service examination, and this level is from easy to moderate. SSC Junior Engineer BN Diploma conducted every year by SSC. Here in prelims you will require general awareness and reasoning and plus civil. In mains only civil engineering, and from some 2016 onwards no interview is required in SSC JEE. Lower pay grade as compared to ESE, but high number of posts. Again, high competition because of the diploma also. Level is easy to moderate. If you clear this job, you will get good amount of money, and your job location may be anywhere in India. And other public sector and government job. Here, mostly they are directly recruited from the GATE result. So you see all the GATE toppers right now not going for MTech, they rather pursue for public sector job. And some of the public sector or government or semi-government companies, they conduct some examination like ISRO and Food Corporation of India. So they conduct their different examination. Their scheme may be vary, but more or less similar. Basics of civil, some general studies and some aptitude. That's it. Other government sector job, non-core job. So first banking, then administration and other. In banking, RBI and PO or clerk examination. Administration, UPSC civil service examination and state public sector commission examination. Other SSC CGL and other government examinations. Government sector job in non-core. So how to prepare? Again, same. Check the syllabus, take a look on old question paper, start early. If you understand the basic concept of aptitude, reasoning, so just solve the problem from books. If you are not good in the reasoning and aptitude and English language, then go for coaching. Who should choose the non-core government job? So if you are not competent with the civil engineering subject and completed it just for the sake of having degree, then you can go for non-core job. You should have a good analytical skill, and you should be confident in aptitude, reasoning, English questions and general study, general awareness. This job also have very good salaries and allowances, and this job have one thing common, that is it is higher in number of posts but higher in the competition, because other branches, other background, educational background student also come into the picture. RBI grade B, bachelor degree is required. Prelims, general awareness, logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude and English language. Mains, finance, economy and essay and interview. Believe me, for a civil engineer or any engineer, finance and economy is not that much difficult, because our skill is developed in the 4 years, which is good enough for this kind of subjects. The salary is 70,000 per month with handsome allowances. So if you see in banks, there is a lots and lots of allowances are given. So they actually attract everyone from their actual job. So job location is mainly in cities. It is a desk job, 9 to 5 job, and competition is around 1 to 2 lakhs. Bank PO, bachelor degree. Prelims, aptitude, reasoning, language. Mains, general awareness, reasoning, data interpretation, aptitude. Again, same thing. Good salary, good allowances, desk job, but it will be monotonous. Every non-code job is monotonous. You don't have any challenges there. In SSC CGL, bachelor degree, Tier 1, reasoning, general awareness, quantitative aptitude, English. Tier 2, quantitative aptitude and English. Tier 3 and 4 will be for statistics also. Huge competition, 20-30 lakh per year. Now, UPSC civil service examination, most of the time or at any part of your life or job, there is a one thing comes into mind is to go for this job, UPSC civil service examination. This job gives you higher level of administration, IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS, postal service, railway job, with good salary, good allowance, huge power. So the scheme will be like prelims, general studies and aptitude. After qualifying this, you will go for mains. Then there will be paper for English, Hindi or your regional language, essay, general studies 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then there will be optional 1 and 2. So here we have to focus on the optional 1 and 2. What happened as per the analysis? If you see, GS paper marks of every candidate, every successful candidate is similar. What the difference was the optional. And for a civil engineer, civil engineering subject as an optional is very good because you are preparing for engineering services, you have the basic knowledge, and the paper of civil engineering in UPSC CSE mains is quite easier as compared to engineering service examination. Now, after this, I will discuss about entrepreneurship opportunity. First, contractorship. Okay, get some field experience. Okay, then in your state, whoever the competent authority, it can be municipal corporation, it can be some development authority. So get a license for a small work of contractorship. Start your own work from a small scale. So risk is greater and profit is greater. Now initial investment may be required, but once you start it, after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year down the line, you will get good amount of returns also. You can start by either bootstrapping. So what is bootstrapping? Bootstrapping is investing your own money, your family money for starting your own business. Or by the help of government schemes such as Mudra scheme, Mudra loan is given to entrepreneurs. Consultancy, same as above, but required greater subject knowledge and greater field experience. You can start by taking small projects from other consultants. You can include architecture, interior designing and construction in your portfolio. So this whole portfolio will give you greater profit. Material manufacturing unit, a small scale plant for ready-mix concrete, fly ash brick, autoclave brick, cellular light concrete and other building material. So depending on your size of company, location, marketing and managerial skill, you can turn it to the great success or failure. Innovative ideas. New ideas, young mind, enthusiasm, and better team always prevails the market. So if you have a small idea, so after nurturing, you can make it into a sellable product or service. And this is not related to civil engineering only. And anything, if you have any idea, then you can go for a startup. Right now, environment is ripe. And how to go for it, I am telling you here in a very short slide. First, you will have to have some prototype of your idea. Then by bootstrapping, you start to develop it, present it to the angel investors. After getting funding from them, you will go into the incubation period. In incubation period, you will develop, mass produce your idea, then go for a successful business. After few years, you may convert your private limited into public limited. Apart from civil engineering, if you have any other idea regarding anything, any problem that you can solve for the society, you can start a very good business. Your engineering education gives you good professional skills. You become a risk taker. Not only simple bookish knowledge, apart from this, you are capable of doing lots and lots of work. and this ability helps you to solving problem and developing entrepreneurial skills. So what are the challenges to start your own business? So first is money. So you can get your money from your family, friend, then there are small investors, then MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises programs, loan programs are provided. You can contact government websites or banks for this kind of loan. Time, yeah, it takes too much time to have a fruitful result, may vary from 1 year to 5 years. Risk, you may get fail, but you should always have a failure plan. You should take risk, but it should be calculated. Always take calculated risk. Political and social restriction. So in India, if you are starting anywhere, any business, there is always a political or social problem related to it. And then intellectual poverty. India is not poor in the terms of monetary. It is also poor in the intellectual. If you are going to say, okay, I am going to start this business, there are hundreds and hundreds people will come. No, it will not work. But always remember, a ship is safe in harbor, but that is not what ships are built for. You have to go, you have to take the risk, and you have to cross the river or ocean. Last, higher education. I will go through it very fast. So ME, MTech, these are the branches. Various institutes are there. Fees is moderate. You will get the chance of job. Future prospect, you can start medium level job in companies. Then you may join research and development, or you can go for further PhD postdoc, become a researcher or a professor. MBA. So main branches you can focus is construction management or project management. Institutes, IIM, IITs, top private university, and NICMAR for construction management is a very good college. Fees is high, future prospects are good. PhD. If you want to pursue in-depth knowledge of particular thing, then you can pursue PhD. Job option, professor. You can join top universities in India or abroad, especially in Middle East and African countries. Then you can be a researcher in government as well as private companies. For postdoc, you can go for abroad, or you can start your own business based on your innovative idea in PhD. PhD is time consuming. Future trends in civil engineering. Building information management. What is BIM? In BIM, there will be a 3D model in which you click a particular element of your building. You will get all the detail about the specification, material, schedule, who is going to make it, when it will be going to making, everything. So this is known as building information management. Then augmented reality, in which you can use AR technology to see the interior of any room. Then life cycle cost assessment. So right now we focus only on the initial cost of a building, but in future everyone will be discussing about initial cost plus maintenance cost plus operational cost. This is known as life cycle cost. Then the concept of green building is going on right now. Drone and robotics are also going to be used in future for construction, especially in tunnel. And then 3D printing. Only by using 3D printing you can develop a small house. Low cost housing, especially in low income countries like African countries. Then prefabricated or precast structure. Recycled material. Main problem is going on is with environment. We are using sand, cement and aggregates at a very alarming rate, which is deteriorating the environment day by day. So recycling a material will actually very helpful for everyone, and it will reduce the cost also. Environment assessment of the project is now compulsory for big projects. Lean project delivery, optimization, machine learning techniques, non-destructive and non-contact damage assessment, and durability design method. And one thing about the augmented reality, if you have seen this movie, Spider-Man Far From the Home, you have seen that they build from drone the virtual reality here. So what we can suggest in future that this virtual reality can be used for making whole building to be appear over a bare land. In this way, the owner and the architecture, structural designer, project management company, everyone can see what are the main problem with it, what are the design flaws, and everything. So this is the photo of Big Bang. Now in this scale you will see the time. So there will be small point and everything is started. Similarly in your career also, this is your present and this is your probable future. Here, let me use one laser. So this is your probable trend and these are the possible scenarios. And if something goes inside this ring, it is preferable for you. Then there will be some wildcard entry also. So these are the possible scenario in your future. Whatever you decide today, it is not like you will get it tomorrow. This is the possibilities or probabilities of event that may happen in the time. Like Big Bang also is a possibility. So where do we fail? So we are not working hard or working smart. Our communication and managerial skills are very less. We are reluctant for adopting the changes in our branch also in world also. We may be overconfident about our subject knowledge or underconfidence. Both are very dangerous. So what should we do? First of all, develop your skill. Get certification online. Learn new thing. Develop new skill. Apart from your bookish knowledge, if you learn something new that will go and help you in the future. Work hard, work smart. Open your mind for everything, every challenge, every suggestion. Retrospect your own capability and skill before choosing any career. Decide what is your target and work on it. Get a good mentor, which is very much necessary, and please learn Excel. MS Excel is very much important for site job, for IT job, for PhD, for your teaching purpose, everything. Excel is very much important. Our former president, the great APJ Abdul Kalam sir told, a small aim is a crime. Have a great aim. Make a aim and do the work. These are some important links that I am going to share. So EDX, Coursera, and Naptel and Udemy. These 4 sites are for certification and for learning new things. Video lecture you can directly learn. And then there is a site Civil Engineering for All where you can get almost all notes for GATE and IAS. LiveGen.li, this is for foreign author's book. You can download it for free, every book, almost every book. And SciHub.tw, it is a Russian website which gives you basic paper, research paper. You can download any research paper from anywhere by using this website. So thank you for attending this lecture. Stay safe and stay healthy.